And I think, again, the Sermon on the Mount from which today's gospel is taken, the Sermon on the Mount, I've had 3 times in my life, I've had the privilege of standing on the Mount of the Beatitudes and reading this gospel in the context of a liturgy or prayer. And the gospel, the Sermon on the Mount, just contains all the wisdom of Christ in this one kernel. As we know, there probably was no single Sermon on the Mount, that Matthew, in writing this gospel, takes the teachings of Jesus and weaves them together into this one single unit that becomes chapters 5, 6, and 7 of Matthew's gospel, this thing we call the Sermon on the Mount. And it really contains the whole essence, the whole heart of all the teachings of Jesus woven together into a single sermon. And I think that in the Sermon on the Mount, beginning with the Beatitudes and going all through 5, 6, and 7 of Matthew, we see this wisdom that has the potential to change the world because it calls us to a new way of being, a new way of relating. It makes such demands on us. And I think that even in this gospel, just as I think the Sermon on the Mount is really the nugget at the heart of the whole 4 gospels, I think today's reading is very much the heart of the whole Sermon on the Mount. This is where the rubber meets the road. This idea of love your enemies, pray for your persecutors. This demand that we come to a forgiveness, that we move beyond our anger, we move beyond our resentments, and that we open our heart to a new way of being in which we move beyond all the normal human ability to hold a grudge, to hold resentment, to cherish the hurts that we've had, and to cherish our antipathy toward the people that have caused those hurts. Jesus today tells us you have to leave all that behind. And I think this is where the proof of the pudding is that this is when a person truly becomes a disciple of Jesus, when this ability for universal and total forgiveness is realized. I think when we hear these words of Jesus today, to love your enemies, pray for your persecutors, when we hear these words, we hear a truth that is beyond all other truth that has ever been revealed. That this is a truth, I think, at which Krishna raises his head and listens. This is a truth at which Muhammad lays down his sword. This is a truth in which Moses puts away the tablets of the law. They're no longer necessary. And this is a truth of which the Buddha says, gee, I wish I had said that. This is the truth. This is the truth of, I think, that Christ gives us. This is the flower that shatters the stone, is this ability to let go of the pain, let go of the hurt, and move beyond it with the positive energy of love for those who have wounded us in any